One.
Hey, just wanted to do a quick walkthrough of some things I found on a site called Quizlet to prepare for the food or for the Serve Safe Food Manager test. Found these 93 digital flashcards. They can be really helpful. We're going to go over this on Tuesday, some of the key concepts, but it would be wise, and I'm just going to tell you it's going to be an absolute must in order to pass. The ServSafe Food Manager test is a 90 question test, and you have to get 75% of what's on the test correct in order to pass and earn the certificate. These flashcards are really good. I'm going to show you how to use these. So essentially, what it is you. I'm going to send you the link. This will come up. Biological contaminant. That's the question. You click the biological contaminant card. It flips to the other side, and it tells you what the biological contaminants are. You go to the next question by clicking the arrow below. Again, you've got chemical contaminants as the next kind of question. And then when you click chemical contaminants, it flips to the other side and tells you what those are. Yes, not everything is on the test that's in this, but if you know these concepts, boy, you are going to be extremely well prepared for the test. So, again, the way you use these cue cards, the arrows go to the questions. Once you read the question to yourself, click the question, the answers are on the back. I'm going to recommend that you two times look at both the question and the answer, and you just read both sides, read it out loud to yourself. Then on the third go through, do this a third time, ask yourself biological contaminants, and then write down on a separate piece of paper without looking at the answer what you think a biological contaminant is, and go through the quiz cards without looking at the answers. So look at the question, look at the answer the first couple times, but then only look at the question and attempt to write the answer on the third time. You can do that by only clicking the arrows. Chemical contaminants, write down what that is. Physical contaminants, write down what you can remember on that, so on and so forth on the third go through. But the first couple times, look at both the question and the answer and familiarize yourself with both. And then again on the third time, just look at the question and attempt to write down what you think the answer is. We'll go over this on Tuesday for sure. A few things that I noticed weren't on this deck, and boy, you can certainly correct me if I'm wrong, that I can recall from the test. There was a question on how high equipment had to be off a preparation table for the sake of food safety. So objects that are on a food preparation table, like baking equipment or cooking equipment, need to be 6 inches off the table. Also, food items like, let's pretend you had a bag of sugar that you were going to bake with, that needs to be 6 inches off the ground. So, food equipment needs to be 6 inches off a preparation table. Ingredients of whatever type need to be 6 inches off the ground. So that's an item that I definitely remember on the test. I don't think it's covered in here. I'm not 100% sure. FDA stands for Food and Drug Administration. FDA sets guidelines for state and local authorities and regulators to create their own policies and regulations for food service companies. Okay, so the FDA gives guidelines that help state and local regulators set their own guidelines. Okay, so they're just basically giving suggestions for state and local regulators to make their own rules for food service companies. That was definitely one of the questions that had come up that was very difficult, at least in my estimation. Um, Another item, and again, please go through this. This is very thorough, but I didn't quite see this, or I don't think I remember seeing it. Foodborne illnesses, meaning people getting sick after they eat, nauseous, etc., not feeling well. If a place, if a food, like a restaurant or a food service company, gets reports that two people after eating the same food are sick and they think it's because of the food, that is called a foodborne illness outbreak. If two people get sick after eating the same food and it's reported to a restaurant or a company that makes food, that is a foodborne illness outbreak. I don't recall seeing it on here, so please make sure you've written those things down. In addition to a bunch of really useful information on this link. So uh, go over this over the weekend, go over this on Monday. And then when we get together Tuesday, I want you to do a little more individual practice. We're going to go over some really important concepts that we think will help you succeed on the test. No one, failed the test by more than 10%. Very, very close scores. Just need to get a few more right this time. So, that being said, here is just kind of some tips and things to go over that will really help you, I think, be successful when we get on the test again. All right. Hey, thank you so much.